What up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about this new lens that I just got. It's the Sony Nifty 50 f1.8. This is the cheapest lens that you can get on the market that is made by Sony. I just got it because, like I said, it's the cheapest you can get. And one thing that I like about it is how fast it is. An f1.8. It's very good for photos. I'm testing it out on video just to see how it works. From where I'm seated right now, just looking at my monitors, I can already tell the difference in colors. But for my Sigma, I would say, like I've said in my previous videos, I have a Pro Mist filter that's stuck on it. And then also because right now I'm running some smoke in the house, everything is just shambles. But one thing that out of the box that I got out of this lens, one thing when it comes to portraits, it's about sharpness. It's about getting the clear image that you can play with, especially when you shoot raw in Lightroom. You want to be able to do a lot of things. And one thing that I noticed out of the box is just how sharp it is in dark spaces, how sharp and how contrast it is, how much you can push. I think I was talking to the guy who sells these lenses, and he was like, one of the best things that you can do for your Sony camera is to get a Sony lens. Sony on Sony works the best. And for a long time I debated that because I'm a Sigma advocate. I use a lot of Sigma. My first lenses were Sigma even when I was still on Canon. And I think having used those kit lenses that come with the Sony, the f4s, I really didn't like what Sony lenses did. But now that I have this one, I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. I went to take some photos last night just around my place, and at that f1.8, it's crazy what you can get away with. I was once on set, and that place was super dark. I didn't even understand how they were lighting it, but I started to understand that as long as you have a fast lens, then you can get more lighting. You might not really get the, if you like shallow depth of field with a fast lens, you get that. But if you want to keep a lot of things in focus, you are not going to win, at f1.8 or f1. The Nifty 50, for me, one thing that I don't really like about the focal length is just how much limited in terms of space that you are. So right now on this side of the camera, so on this one I have my 28 to 70, and I'm on 28 right now. So you see how wide it is and how much opportunity you have in crafting your frame. Whereas with a 50, you are now forced to play with distance. You're now forced to do a lot of things. And I think the 50 works best because you want to contain the space, you want to contain the area that you are in, and then you don't have to worry so much. You see how my hands are just going out of frame, but like you don't want to contend with that. So for me, it's not a focal length that I really enjoy, but I have learned to appreciate it, and that's why I ended up getting this lens. If I was to I think that in this version, I don't really understand why they made the FE50 the cheapest one, because the 35 is like $700 and then the 85 is like $1,000. So it's not a cheap crop of lenses. It's just that this one, they made it less expensive. And also because I think one of the reasons it's not really expensive because it doesn't have optical stabilization within it. So that might be one reason. But one thing that I've learned with stabilization is if you're someone who's a cinematographer who's into this for making videos, a lot of cine lenses don't have stabilization in them. So you don't really need it because you're not really using it. And I tend to just place my camera on a tripod. So, no issues there. I would say one thing straight out of the box that it doesn't come with anything that is crazy exciting. Like it's not like you're changing the world, but the packaging is so simple. It just comes with the lens and the cap, and some of the advantages that I've already gotten on it because I use it on my Sony A7 IV to go out and take photos is how lightweight it is. I think that's one big advantage you have with this. It's lightweight, especially if you take off the cap. And the second thing is portability. You can just go out, take photos. When I put the zoom lens on it, so let's say you're in a train and you're trying to steal some photos, people see the zoom lens and everything just looks bigger. With this, it looks smaller and it gives you a certain level of sharpness. Now, this thing is no G Master, it's no Sigma art lens, But I think that one thing I'm slowly learning is in your limitations, that's what creativity is. It's all about being creative and having an understanding of a vision. I think once you know what it is you're trying to go for, all these things then just are there to support you, and you have to figure out a way of making it work for yourself. I think one challenge that lenses do bring, like when I tried out, I made that video where I was trying out like $20,000 lenses. One thing I noticed with those lenses is the bigger, the better the glass, the better the image that you get, and the less work that you have to do. You don't have to use haze, you don't have to do this, because those lenses give you characteristic. But I think that for someone on a budget, for someone who doesn't want to spend crazy amount of money, this is a decent lens to get. And that issue of focal length, if you're someone who, like in my complaint of like, I don't really like 50 for this, you find that if you just move the camera, it does wonders for you. So if you want more things in your frame, you can move it way back. But then that all creates a different relationship between you and the camera. So like for these videos, for these talking head videos, sometimes you want the camera to be right here, and then you're having a conversation with it, which makes it more ideal. But I have a friend who loves the 50 focal length, who's like, this is the best. For me, I don't really understand, because for me, I feel like once you're hitting that 50, you're already in close-up type of range, and I feel like 35-40 is the sweet spot, and then 50 you can use it for certain type of shots. But yeah, other than that, I think this lens, like, would I recommend it to? I'd recommend to anybody who really budget is an issue. But other than that, if you just want to have a Sony lens in your kit, because Sony lenses tend to be very expensive compared to third-party lenses that you can get on the market. Let me know if you have a nifty 50. But yeah, I just wanted to make a video and highlight some, something. I know I made a video saying that was the perfect lens, but I've fallen in love with prime lenses. I think they help more in terms of creativity, in terms of what you can do. I think also because they give you more stops of light, whereas when you're shooting 2.8, you're gaining almost, I think it's 3 stops of light from just that. So your choice. Let me know in the comments section if you'll be getting your own nifty 50, or if you have any recommendation of an alternative lens. I'm really looking for an 85 just for portraits. I think that 75-85 range, you get some beautiful stuff even within the 100. But I think for me, the lenses on my lens set will be at 35, 50 and 85. I think those 3, that's a holy trinity for me. I've never really shot beyond 100, so I don't really know what type of image you get there, but I think you are moving into sports and whatever. Peace.